If Penny was your favorite character on The Big Bang Theory, this video is for you, because it'll make you fall in love with her even more.
Yeah, you might be right.
From teaching the guys how to be tough to changing them for the better, and to being there for them no matter what. Let's see what made Penny the best friend to the entire gang.
It's go time! I am pumped!
Number 8, used her tough self for good. The gang certainly needed that.
We must know somebody who can do manly stuff like this.
If there was one thing guys learned from Penny, it was how to be robust. Remember how she gave Howard a fishing lesson when he had to go on a trip with his ex-cop father-in-law?
Step 1, worms.
Ew!
Even more disgusting for Howard was the next step when Penny taught him to gut a fish.
So you're gonna stick your thumb down his throat, grab the guts, and pull.
That's not the only case when she was more manly than the guys. In Season 2, Sheldon's World of Warcraft account was hacked, and all his possessions in the game were stolen. They found a hacker but couldn't confront him.
Careful, that's a collectible.
I know. Always wanted one.
If it weren't for Penny, Sheldon would never get his stuff back.
Today's the day a girl's finally gonna touch you in your little special place.
Such a superhero moment, right? And we're moving on. Number 7, taught Howard some manners. This Penny also did with a touch of her toughness. During the first few seasons, Howard's main trait was being incredibly inappropriate toward women. He tried to hit on Penny all the time and didn't even understand that she rejected him.
Not with 1,000 condoms, Howard.
Finally, he pushed Penny too far and she ripped him to shreds.
No woman is ever gonna flirt with you. You're just gonna grow old and die alone.
Of course, Penny quickly realized that she was too harsh with him and needed to apologize. They had a sweet talk, but once again, he misunderstood her. It all ended with a good punch in the face. For Howard, it was probably kind of a wake-up call, because after that moment, he started being more respectful toward women. Eventually, it was Penny who set him up with Bernadette, and then she proved to be the best kind of friend for them. Number 6, cheered for Howard and Bernadette. These two had to thank Penny for introducing them to each other, and when they broke up for some time, she also helped them get back together.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And it came out of you.
But her presence in their lives obviously didn't end there. When Howard and Bernadette became parents, Penny helped Bernie unwind on a girls' night out.
Call if there's any problems.
No, she's busy. You call Howard.
And when someone had to take care of their baby because both were on bed rest, once again, Penny stepped up, although they didn't trust her 100% at first.
Your mommy and daddy say they trust me, but they're full of the same stuff your diaper is.
And just as Bernie started to feel bad,
Mama!
the funniest thing, Penny knew they could hear her this whole time.
Do you hear that, sucker? She called me Mama.
Nailed it! And she was the matchmaker, not only for Howard and Bernadette. Number 5, supported shaming. Although Penny wasn't the reason they met, she played a big part in their relationship. She drove them to their first date and stayed with the new couple the entire time, although she didn't really enjoy it herself.
Did you have sexual intercourse with all of these men?
No.
Now, although that number would be fairly easy to calculate.
Penny definitely got the conversation going. Once Sheldon and Amy became an official couple, she remained their relationship guru. Penny always ensured that Amy got all the love and respect she deserved.
You look beautiful.
Of course I do! I'm a princess and this is my tiara!
Besides that, she helped her prepare for their first night together.
Let's get me waxed!
Also, Penny's street smarts allowed her to see threats like Ramona Nowitzki and deal with them appropriately. Who needs Cupid when you have this kind of friend, right? But there's more to it. Number 4, the best maid of honor. Let's start with how Penny got upset when Amy didn't choose her as her maid of honor. Funnily enough, she didn't understand how close they were until then.
My best friend didn't ask me to be her maid of honor. I'm pissed.
And after she confronted Amy, Penny got the role she wanted so much. We have to admit that she fulfilled her duties brilliantly. From organizing a bachelorette party,
I saw shirtless firemen.
Saw, smelled, slid down like a pole.
to making sure that the big day goes without a hitch. And even Amy's mother can't ruin it with her suspiciousness.
Sheldon loves Amy, and he would never hurt her on her wedding day or any other day, so park it.
That was epic, as Mrs. Fowler deserved to be put in her place. And finally, Penny was the one who convinced the scientist couple to get married first and continue their work afterward.
We have our whole lives to do science together.
However, Penny's ability to be such a good friend sometimes hurt her a lot. Number 3, agreed to stop seeing Leonard. When Priya dated him, she was unhappy to find out that Leonard used to date Penny. So at some point, she asked him to stop seeing his ex.
If you want her around, then I have to wonder if maybe you're not ready to move on.
Sure, it was pretty inconsiderate from her side, especially because Penny was friends with the entire group. And she meant a lot to Leonard, even though she wasn't his girlfriend. But although it was hard, Penny was ready to be the bigger person.
From now on, I will keep my distance from you.
By doing that, she was giving up a lot of things. It was her close bond with Leonard and everyone else, and of course her lingering feelings toward him. But Penny could shove it all aside and support her friend's new relationship because she wanted him to be happy. That's a huge move, right? And Leonard was lucky that he didn't lose her, just like the next guy, who also became her BFF. Number 2 was there for Raj. Their friendship didn't start smoothly because they couldn't even talk to each other initially.
Yo, Raj, talk to me.
Penny became the first woman he could speak with, even though it happened under the influence of a grasshopper.
Where did my life go, Penny?
Then she also witnessed a miracle. Raj talking to her without having a drink.
That's just the booze talking.
No, it's not. I haven't had a drink since last night.
That day was an important moment in their tight bond, and certainly a pivotal one for Raj.
And I'm crying for a whole different reason.
It's no wonder why Penny was the first woman he could naturally talk to. After all, she created a safe space for him where Raj could be himself. Eventually, they became so close that they'd even wear matching outfits.
You know, you're really sensitive about this kind of stuff.
I'm a good listener.
No.
And do yoga together.
And triples.
Other than that, they supported each other through thick and thin, because that's what friends do. But with another guy from the science gang, Penny had an even closer bond. Number 1, became a sister to Sheldon. These two had a special chemistry.
What's the word, hummingbird?
At first, she barely tolerated his antics, but then she got closer to him than anyone else. Remember how even Amy was a bit jealous of their special connection? She had a point, because Penny certainly knew a way to calm the genius physicist down and convince him of something. Like at the end of the series, when she taught him the concept of change.
I guess the only thing that actually stays the same is that things are always changing.
She affected Sheldon's life a lot and made him a better person. Like when Penny took care of him when he was sick and sang Soft Kitty, even against her own will.
Little ball of fur.
Or when she gave him the best Christmas present ever.
I possess the DNA of Leonard Nimoy.
He even hugged her for the first time after that.
It's a Saturnalia miracle.
Plus, we can't forget the moment when Sheldon got overwhelmed at his birthday party, and Penny was the one who comforted him by just being there for her friend.
What you need is to spend your birthday in a bathroom. I'm happy to do it.
So it's no wonder that their bond was pretty special.
Well, I suppose I do think of you as a sister.
And they became a favorite, non-romantic couple in the show for most fans. Do you agree with our picks? Share in the comments below what else you would add to the list. And for more Penny and Sheldon BFF moments, watch our other video.